Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love these watches, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. Your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on any of our platforms. Please reach out to me directly. I am tmosso@thewatchbox.com for pricing. Today we are discussing a model launched in 2009, the Patek Philippe Gondolo. This is the 5098R-001. Modeled after a Chronometro Gondolo wristwatch for the Brazilian market circa 1925. The 5098 debuted in 2007, but with the rose gold model you see here 24 months later. It is a graceful, elegant, and long tonneau-style profile, 32 millimeters across, not inclusive of the crown, 9.3 millimeters thickened from lug tip to lug tip, 49.6 millimeters, with very vintage 17 millimeter spacing between the lugs. On my wrist, which is 16 centimeters in circumference, you can see it's actually got a pretty big wingspan. Those lugs are broad, and you can see from over the top, just sort of push out to the edge of my wrist. I believe you could wear this on a wrist my size or larger. You really do need a bigger wrist for this, even though at face value it's 38 millimeters wide. Look at that distance across the wrist. That is the revealing dimension. So 16 centimeter circumference wrists and up. That said, it will slide easily underneath the cuff, as you can see from this angle. The strap, something we rarely see, which is a medium rectangular scale alligator leather. It is gloss, dark brown. You can see there is a sheer cut side, a monotone stitch, calfskin on the bottom, no crimping, no gouging. It is a brand new Patek Philippe factory strap. Take note, we don't have Patek's usual pull-tab spring bars because this watch uses a very true-to-history screw and bar system to fix the strap to the case, and I actually love to see that because it is more secure than spring bars. We have a model-specific, vintage-inspired pin buckle right here, which you can see is Patek Philippe through and through. The case is fascinating, beautiful, sleek, and seamless. You can see it's a monoblock. The bezel and the mid-case, all one piece. Everything loads through the back, movement, and dial. The strap is actually fairly close hauled to the case, so it looks very integrated. The only sharp character line, the jutting lugs at the four corners. We have the Calatrava cross, the logo of Patek Philippe on the crown. It is a push-down crown, 30 meters water resistant. Take note at how elaborately cambered and shaped the crystal is. It's difficult to achieve water resistance with a shaped crystal like this, but this watch has the exact same 30-meter water resistance you would expect on any dress watch with a conventional round crystal. The dial is exceptional. Not only is it florid and fashionable in the Art Nouveau sense, because that predated Art Deco, but it is made of solid gold, so you have these heavily Art Deco predecessor tropes. So Art Nouveau, we have these lovely radially arrayed and stylized Arabic numerals. We have hands that are blackened gold. We have this lovely vogue or wave pattern that repeats all the way around with a more subtle sort of dental around the outer track of the center dial. It's a two-tone dial, three-tone if you count the dark numerals in the hands, and to good effect, it's quite striking. You can also see that the vogue pattern actually shrinks and tightens considerably towards the center, and though this dial is silvered and also gilded to create the golden hue, it is a solid piece of 18-karat gold cut on traditional reductive guilloche lathes, so very special. Chronometro Gondolo, the original Chronometro Gondolo, made from about 1872 to 1927. They were Patek Philippe watches for Gondolo e Laborio, which was an important Brazilian retailer of Patek Philippe. And many of the watches were sold by means of a lottery. If you won the lottery, you would get the option to purchase. There were too few watches to go around. That would actually be a great way, random draw, to allocate watches in the modern era on Patek wait lists, but that's just my opinion. Now, turning it all over, you can see that the movement was designed with the proper size and shape to fit this case. Satination on the reverse side. Again, Patek Philippe manufactured case. Not all high-end watchmakers make their own cases. You'll note there's always a maker's mark on a Lange that is not Lange. Patek has been making its own cases, growing in capability since 1975, gradually bringing everything under their own case-making aegis. But what we have right here is a movement. Now, this movement is called the 2521 REC for the size of the movement, and then rectangular. Manual wind. It has a 44-hour power reserve. It's non-hacking. It has a 4 hertz beat rate. You can see it is free sprung with a Gyromax style Patek Philippe free-sprung balance and regulator, adjusted in 5 positions, the chronometer and high horology standard. You expect to see 5x on a super high-end watch. Take a look at the quality of the bevels, which are mirrored and rounded. You can also see a lovely solarization on the crown wheel and the ratchet wheel atop the barrel. We have here all polished screws, black polished on their top, chamfered on their slots and circumference, locating pegs, which you can see here and here and here and here and here and here. They're used to locate bridges on the base plate below. The heads of those pegs have been mirror finished. We have a nice set of strongly defined and perfectly aligned stripes across the bridges, and then engine turning on the base plate. All told, it is a very good looking movement. And with the Patek Philippe seal, extraordinarily resilient and accurate. These are generally accurate to -3 +2 seconds a day or better. If you love this watch, reach out to me. I am Team Mosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details.